TMB, everything money around me, nigga. You know what it is, yeah. Real monk, yeah. I do what the fuck I want. 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 I might go to work today. I might just go give me a cone. I do what the fuck I want. I do what the fuck I want. I might go to church today. I might just go hit the club. I do what the fuck I want. I do what the fuck I want. I might go to work today. I might just go give me a cone. I do what the fuck I want. I do what the fuck I want. Look cleaner than a bitch. Pop that pussy on her handstand. She like smoking weed. Start the powder, take his hand next. I'm on a block with a can shit. Saucing like the kids had to give me a bag. I'm in a jag burning gas. Owe me money, nigga, I'm on your ass. Nigga, I'm on one, better get two. Free my nigga, name food and poo. Thick chocolate, yellow, you who? Shade on my nigga in this booty. The passenger side, the oozing. These groupie hoes wanna do me. That why the nigga wanna shoot me. Real life, never moving. Oh, I did not work today. Cause I went and bought the J's. I didn't go yesterday. Cause I stood live in the day. Kept the place like cheddar. Drop the top and in the weather. I ain't gon' do what they tell me. Cause I do what the fuck I want. 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 I might go to work today. I might just go give me a phone. I do what the fuck I want. I do what the fuck I want. I might go to church today. I might just go hit the club. I do what the fuck I want. I do what the fuck I want. I might go to work today. I might just go give me a phone. I do what the fuck I want. I do what the fuck I want.
I do what the fuck I wanna. At the jump on marijuana. Fire me if you wanna. Make it hotter than the sauna. Make a bitch hot in the sauna. She see me when I'm coming. I make sure she see me when I'm fucking coming. Kick her off, get my labor off. Lyrically, I'm going off. In my closet, letting hot flows. Why I can't niggas just checking off. To a bitch on the phone, I fucked just the other day. Pass of the monkey, pass of the blue. They ran the train yesterday. New house, we in here, ain't going nowhere. Hold it down. Music's fruit and chop. We rap like at H-Town. I ain't no gangster, I ain't no thug. I'm just me, a clown. Ladies, I'm the freak of the crew. You can find me downtown. I do what the fuck I wanna. Go to heaven, burn it up. Don't try to talk with me. I said shut up. I pissed him off, he kicked me out. Now I'm in hell with Satan. Playing dominoes with Hitler. Losers take shots to the Creighton. I do what the fuck I wanna. 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 I might eat your girl cookies. I might eat the groceries.
What's the deal, everybody? Welcome to TMB with Monkey Man. That's talking monkey business with Monkey Man. And I got a good friend of mine on here and my co-host from Let's Talk About It Thursdays, MS.CJ. How you doing, MS.CJ?
I'm good. How are you?
Hell, I'm feeling like a reindeer today in this
I see.
yeah, I'm a reindeer.
I see.
Yeah. So I know I've been supposed to have you on the show for quite a while. It's been circumstances that's been, messing it up, but you on here today. So what I want you to do is tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you from and what you do, what things you do.
All right. So I'm CJ, Carlicia Johnson, better known as CJ, and 40 years old. I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised. It's still a little discrepancy on that because some mama say I was born in Acres Home, My dad said I was born in Studewood. I grew up in both of them. So yeah, fourfold Studewood. That's where I'm from. Went to Booker T. Washington, MC Williams, graduated 2001 from high school. I have 3 beautiful kids. Just out here entrepreneuring. Been entrepreneur now going on about 21 years. And I'm just out here living life. Doing what I do.
So won't you tell people a little bit about your businesses, like what businesses you have? And hold on before we start. Some of her business websites are all in the description. So check them out. Go ahead.
Thank you. So first, my passion that I've actually been doing now, like I say, for over 20 years is hair. I am a natural hair specialist, loctician. My disclaimer, I'm one of the coldest locticians on this side of heaven. And my Instagram page that you can go and check some of my workout is I got a few of them, y'all. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. Excuse me. The hair page is I go by CJ one and only, but the actual hair page is CJ the number 1 and ANDONLY, and that's my main passion. Like that was the heart of where entrepreneurship with me actually came from. I worked for corporate America, and I did not like it. I've never been one that likes being told what to do in a micromanaging type of way, especially like if I'm doing my job and I know I'm doing what you're telling me to do. But you know, when you deal with corporate America, you just got people who titles can go to their heads. And so let me just go back a little bit further. I was bullied as a kid, right? So then I would grow up with this attitude of, after I finally started taking up for myself, like, no, I'm not gonna be bullied. I'm not gonna be bullied in any type of atmosphere. And so that would actually kick in when it came to the work atmosphere, because I'm very intelligent, very smart, always have been. But I just don't like a lot of things that comes with corporate America, as far as people in these higher positions with these titles, if they feel intimidated by somebody who could be better at the job than them, and instead of them, you know, taking the time to just say, okay, we're a team, we're going to do this together, they want to tear that person down, pick at them, and all this other kind of stuff for no reason. And I'm just not a person that can accept those kind of environments. And so I got fired from a supervisor position at 26 years old. And I was let go because I was the youngest Black supervisor in the company. And they gave me no legitimate reason for letting me go. And God worked all of that out. And I was able to actually get unemployment. And I was sitting at home and I was like, God, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not going back to corporate America. This is it. I gave it a stab. It ain't for me. And do you remember Big Adrian? Big A?
I think he passed, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Me and Big A were best friends. Like best friends. So when that happened, okay, sorry, give me 1 second. Y'all gone? Love y'all. Have a great weekend. My kids leaving. Time for them to go with their daddy. But so when that happened, like, I'm on the phone with Big A, like, bro, I don't know what all this means, but I can't go back to corporate America. He was like, sis, you do hair and you do it really, really well. Like, what is the big issue? What is the brainer? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Bye, I love you. I don't know about that. And he was like, pray on it. Get back with me, you know what I'm saying, after you think about it for a couple of days. I hung up the phone with Big A, and because him and Jacquees were together at that time. But before I got off with Big A, Jacquees was in the background. You know, that's what you need to be doing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Lord, okay. So get off the phone with them, pray for it, pray about it or whatever. The next day, I get on the computer and I'm looking up beauty school. HTC, they had open enrollment that really was all the time. I enrolled in the program, went to school for, it took me a year to get my license. Unemployment got approved. So literally, as soon as I enrolled in beauty school, I started putting it out there that I'm doing hair. Well, people who I went to school with and stuff in the neighborhoods and everything, they already thought that I was doing hair because they knew I did mine and did like some of my family members or whatever. And so it just took off from there. And it was a blessing. Like I started working in a shop immediately. Clientele just like picked up, and it was amazing because throughout the years, I was in a position to be able to be present, like with my children. I didn't have to worry about finding a babysitter or telling my kids I couldn't come to performances or games because of work. I was able to make my own schedule. And I was like, I'm in love with this. I am in love with this.
So you became your own boss.
Yeah, became my own boss. And it for the longest, doing hair was my only business. Like that's all I did. 2019 is when Johnny Moss.
Yeah, I know black ass Johnny Moss.
Right. So he does he did the printing thing and everything, right? He was doing t-shirts and stuff. And so by this time I'm a full-blown natural hair specialist. Right. But I had this idea of and I should have brought one of my hats down. I'll send a picture to you so you can post it later. But bad hair day. All women have a bad hair day before they have to get to the beauty shop or if they running kids around and stuff. And so my biggest thing was I got sick of seeing women in public with bonnets on. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take that negative and I'm going to turn it into a positive. So I did my little sketches and stuff. I took a poll on Facebook and was like, which one would you purchase? And the women were like, the bad hair day. And I got with Johnny because I didn't know nothing about printing at that time. I was like, Johnny, look, I got this idea for these hats that I want to do. Can you, give me your price? Let me know how much you're going to charge. Woo, woo, woo. So we did that. And then that's when I started my hat line, Bad Hair Day. It literally just says Bad Hair Day on different type of hats, cameos, black hats, vintage hats or whatever. So that was going cool. You know what I'm saying? That took off. That was going good for a minute. But I was like, wait a minute. I don't like a middleman. I want every coin coming to me. If I got to pay for something, it's for the supplies. Like I don't like a middleman. So I went to him honestly and I was like, Johnny, look, can you teach me? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like what so I could just do it for myself. If you don't want to, cool, I can, do YouTube and stuff. And he said, nah, sis, I got you. He said, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it's a lot of stuff that I still don't know. I just, taught myself from YouTube. So he taught me what he knew. And then that's how I actually started the printing company. I got into printing because I wanted to be able to do my own hats, do my own shirts. And from there, it would take off. And it did amazing. Still doing amazing till this day.
Okay. So do you just do locks or do you do any other hairstyles or just locks?
No. So I actually, when I started doing hair, I was doing everything. Sew-ins, quick weaves. Natural hair wasn't really a big thing. Like I say, this was 20 years ago when I started, right? So a color and all that, braids, I know how to do everything. But now that I'm in the game, I own like all of my clients. 100% of my clients are natural. I still do sew-ins and stuff, but I just don't promote them. Like I actually got a little draft on my TikTok that I'm getting ready to post. A girl got a sew-in done today, and I was just gonna put it out there. Yeah, I still do sew-ins, but 100% of my clientele are locks. And my daughter, who just graduated from college 2 years ago, she was actually my assistant before she left to go to college. I told her, hey, let me teach you everything that I know. You're going to get paid for it because when you go to college, you don't need to be working for nobody. You need to be making your own money according to your own schedule because you don't need to be stressed out. So when she would come home, that's what she would do. She had her own clients here. So now that she's here permanently, anybody that want braids or looking for braids, I refer all of them to her. I still do, quick weaves and sew-ins, but like I said, most of my clients, they're locked. So I don't even have to deal with that.
Right. So, Being an entrepreneur, was it hard starting off your business, or I mean, did it grow rap? I mean, did it start off fast, or did it take its time?
So that's crazy because I know everybody has their different experiences. I don't know if it's just me as a person, my faith, my personality, or the fact that I'm a go-getter. But because I gotta be honest with you, when I made it up in my mind that I was gonna do hair, the day I enrolled in beauty school, I had went and printed 100 flyers.
Uh-huh.
The flyers didn't say beauty school. The flyers said beautician. So I've always had that kind of faith that I'm gonna speak everything into existence. So when I would go to Walmart and I get out the car, I'm putting flyers on people's cars in Walmart. Go home to the apartment complex, I'm putting flyers on people. If I'm in a school parking lot, and mind you, I don't even have my license yet. So and I'm so serious. Like the moment people knew that I actually opened it up to the public and started doing hair, I was working out of my house, like clients, and then eventually I moved to the shop. But it did good for me because I wasn't working on 9 to 5 no more.
Right, right. So, what would you tell? What encouraging words would you give somebody that's starting their own business? Like,
To be honest with you, like it really has to be in you. You can't look at nobody and say, I want what they have, or I want to be an entrepreneur like them, because you're going to burn and you're going to crash. Because being an entrepreneur, you have good days and you have bad days. And honestly, until your business gets like up there, you really have to have multiple streams of income.
okay,
Okay. Unless you actually know how to like save on your overhead. Like me, I was in a beauty shop for a very long time, but then I started thinking about, like how I could, as I say, cut out that middleman. So I don't want to get off the question that you asked. I would tell somebody that wants to start, then first of all, just start it. If you believe in what you want to do, you can't sit around and tell everybody your idea. You can't
right,
get people's opinions that ain't never been there, because anybody can give you advice. But if you don't see them doing it, why even listen to them?
right,
So you have to just have that faith in yourself. You got to have that courage. And then you have to understand anything worth having is worth working for. It ain't going to come immediately. And if it do come too fast, guess what? You might want to tap into it and see what's really going on, because I have a motto: all money ain't good money.
right.
And I learned that along the way. You understand what I'm saying? Like I wanted some faithful longevity clients. And if you go look at my Instagram right now and you go through those videos and those pictures, you can go all the way back to the beginning. The clients that I have, yeah, you're gonna see some new faces, you know what I'm saying, here and there, because that's how it works. But the clients that I have, I got people who've been with me for over 15 years.
Hey, I don't mean to cut you out. Okay, it's a private chat. I want you to send me your Instagram in the private chat, and I can copy and paste it, and I can put it in the description.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll do it right now.
Okay. Yeah, and I can continue what you were saying.
Yeah. So again, like I said, all money, just remembering that you may be hungry, but all money is not good money. Believe in yourself. Do not let the people who ain't walked in the footsteps that you trying to go in, or the direction that you trying to go in, don't let them get in your ear, because misery loves company. And a lot of people want to tell you how to do something and they ain't never did it before.
It's crazy you said that, because me and my partner were just talking about that earlier today. Somebody telling him how to be a truck driver, and they ain't never been a truck driver. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, so
Right.
let me ask you this now. To be an entrepreneur, and I heard something you say, you never want to be like nobody else, but it's a lot of people that do locks. What make you different from everybody that's doing locks?
So I am I was in a customer service field. Okay, first of all, my grandmother, God rest her soul, My grandmother worked for Dr. Pepper. My grandmother worked for Coca-Cola. Then she worked for the bingo hall. And I think she did something at the hospital for a little while. My grandmother raised me. My grandmother was a supervisor on all of her jobs. Okay.
Uh-huh.
My very first job, I was 14 years old working for my grandmother under her and in the concession stand. This woman would get on us about presentation and the way we spoke and greeted the customers. She said, you better make sure, I don't care if they just coming up here to get a soda. You better have a smile on you on your face, and you better make them feel like they were just as important as a person that came up here and spent $100. I'm saying that to say customer service has always been in me. I was a medical assistant. So, you know, when you're a medical assistant, like I'm working under the doctor, and I'm having to, you know, check patients in, and we talking about dealing with patients who are finding out that, you know, they got an illness and or they're there and they're afraid of the doctor. Maybe this is their first time coming. So I have to make them feel comfortable. So I've always been in the field of customer service. And I also know, like, I want to make people, I want people to feel like how I want to feel. So I go the extra mile. Now, I don't let people run over me. Everybody know, don't cross CJ, because she's a good person. And when she's genuinely giving you her. And if you try to manipulate or you come at her wrong, you're probably going to meet Stacy. But right. I said that to say, like, I give people a lot of me. I treat my customers like they're my family. It's not just about the money. Yeah, I need the money to take care of my family, take care of my business, but I give them quality.
Now, let me ask you this, because I heard you did say something. Now, most of the time, and I'm because I don't know about hair, but I know when my baby mama, when she used to do hair, it was harder she had more success with outside people becoming than her own people. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody wants something for free. So is that the same thing with you, or most of your customers, outside customers that you became?
I have one aunt that comes and gets her hair done, and she and I do service for service because I believe in the barter system. She got something that I need, and she need these hands. Okay. Right. So that's how me and her do. My mom is my mom. Me and my daughter, we gonna do her hair. When my grandmother was alive, I wanted to do my grandmother's hair for free because she raised me. She said, and this is where I learned that lesson from. She said, let me tell you something. You don't do nothing for free. This is how you take care of your family. And this is really when I was just getting started, right? 20 years ago. She said, you don't do anything for free. And she said, and anybody who asks you for a discount, knowing this is how you feed your family, you don't need them as a customer. Because can you go to their job and ask them to do their job for free? No, you cannot. So she said, you don't want that kind of support. And she said, your family is going to be the ones that you need to keep the distance from you when it comes to business.
Right.
So family and friends, they already know if you want your hair done, you got to come with some money, or we can do service. I got another cousin. She's a massage therapist, Kristen Hunt. She's a massage therapist. Me and her do service for service. She get her locks retwisted. I get a 90-minute massage. Bam, we good. Yeah. But if we didn't have that, she would have to pay and I would have to pay. And I'd be okay with that.
Right. So tell everybody about this right here. Can you see it?
Nothing came up. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. The 22/7 bus service. So this is one of my newest business ventures, and I think it's going to be the one that's going to take me into retirement because I love doing hair. And if any of my clients are watching this right now, y'all don't get scared. I'm still going to have my faithful crew that I will still bless y'all with these hands. But reality is I don't want to be standing on my feet for the rest of my life. I don't want to be putting pressure on my body like that for the rest of my life. So I always think about the future. What I do now is I have a private transportation service where I pick up kids that their parents want them to be picked up either from their home and dropped off at school, or either from the school and dropped off at home, or daycare service, wherever, as long as it's along the route that I already have kids where I'm picking up and dropping off. I try to keep everything in a nice area. So because everything is about time. If you got a kid that needs to be to school at 7:30, well, you have to make sure that the next kid after them is not all the way out the way or whatever. So those are just like the logistics. But I'm a single mother. And by the grace of God, like I was always blessed. Like I said, I worked for myself. So I was able to see to it that my children had the transportation or the means to be where they needed to be. But I know there are a lot of parents out there, single mothers, single fathers, that don't have that luxury. Because guess what? They got to be to work at 7 o'clock. They can't stand and wait for the bus to come, or maybe the bus doesn't come in the area. So there's a need, because they still need for their children to get to where they need to be. And Sandra Jackson is one of my really great girlfriends. She's an entrepreneur as well. And I actually got that idea from seeing her do it. And the fact that I work for myself, my time frame allowed me to be able to actually tap into this business. Right. And I did my research on it and talked to her. She mentored me before I just actually stepped out there. And reality is, it's very lucrative. And for me, like I say, it doesn't take away what I already have going on. Right. And I've been in I started that business last Tuesday. I already have 6 riders like under my belt, and more people calling and all that other kind of stuff. So it's a blessing. And I see this turning into a very, very lucrative longevity business, because I'm even thinking about daycare to attach to the transportation service at this time.
You might as well. I mean, you already got the kids.
Yeah. And it's a need, and it will never die. Like it will yeah.
You need a 24-hour daycare for the kids, for the women that want to go to the club. Or you out? Do you like stepping out yourself? No, you can't do it if you step out yourself.
Well, no, I actually have calmed down a whole lot. I had my days. I had a baby at 16, so that tells you a lot about my stepping out. At 40 years old, I'm chasing that bag. Like I will go out, to a little hookah lounge or something every now and again. Right. But my mind frame is totally different from when I was 30 or 25. You know what I'm saying? And it's not knocking anybody that is in their 40s or whatever that want to go out. That's not what I'm saying. But my focus, I'm thinking about generational wealth. And then I'm also thinking about me being able to retire. I'm trying to go sit on some yachts with some mimosas. That's my partying. Like I want to go see some things and travel the world, probably have a boo or something, that I can take a vacation with and whatnot. That's my thought process now.
Yeah, I'm trying to count the comments. You ain't found your boo yet.
It's okay. We're not doing that.
We living for the food, man.
We're not.
So look, shout out to Oscar Perry, shout out to Anthony Catcourt. I can't see who the 2 other people watching, but that's on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, and so don't you have your own hair products?
Yes, I do. It is called Lock of Products, and me being a natural hair specialist, I told you I was a medical assistant. And knowing I had to study anatomy when I was a medical assistant, knowing that different medications and different things can have different reactions in the body. And we actually just talked about this last night on our podcast, and we were talking about medicine and everything. And so when it comes to the hair, people don't know it, but the hair is a living organism as well. So if you're just putting a whole bunch of stuff in there, people want to know, why is my hair not growing, or why is my hair falling out? So roses is my love language. I love roses. Like it's just something about red roses that I love. And so when I was married, of course, he would buy roses all the time. And I was like, I can't, it's something I could do with these roses. I don't want to just throw them in the trash after every week that he buys them. So I did my studying and I found out about rose water and what rose water actually does for the hair and also for the skin. It's a great product to use for people with eczema, people with psoriasis, people with dry skin or like dry spots in your face, or even like if you have dark spots, people with the dark shades under their eyes and stuff or whatever, you use the rose water to heal the body from all of those different bacteria, because that's all it is. So with that being said, I make my own homemade rose water. And then I also make my own homemade infused rose oil. And the men can use those products as well, because it is very great for beards. And even if you just have some little hair on the top of your head that you want to maintain.
Yeah, man, you ain't got nothing to bring this shit back. Cause I'm
going to send you some rose water. I want you to use it and see what it do. On me, I got you.
Okay, yeah, I need that rose water, man.
Okay.
So you and your homegirl got a podcast. What's the name of y'all podcast, and what is y'all?
Right. Yeah, our podcast is Ages to Ages podcast, and my co-host is Lauren Collins, Naturally You. And we were supposed to start this podcast about, I want to say maybe about 6 months ago, but we are both like, she's a new wife and she has 4 boys and she works and then, you know, me, everything that I have going on. So the time never really lined up for us to just get it going. But on this past Sunday, we launched, I'm sorry, not this past Sunday, the Sunday before last, we launched our very first episode. And it's just a podcast for, we're targeting women, but men can listen and tune in too. And we're just talking about everyday life. We're talking about whatever it is that we go through as individuals that we need to speak on. Whether it like our first episode, we talked about grief because she lost her mother a year ago. And that was what was weighing on her heavy. And we just knew that she needed that moment to let it out. And so that's what the podcast is about. Same thing that we do, Monkey Man, with you know, our podcast. Just touching on stuff that people really need to be able to talk about in a safe place without being judged. Like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? Or, you know, whatever. So,
okay, let me ask you this. What have you always been an open person, or was you a closed in person and then something just made you want to be open more into?
No, I have always been an open person. I've always been an outgoing person, very charismatic, very outspoken. But I took it, I was told for a very long time that I had an attitude, but the people who were telling me that I had an attitude is because I would challenge them on how to handle me and how to deal with me.
Right.
I was bullied as a kid. Okay. At Boris Elementary. I love my girl and I ain't gonna call her name out, but okay, just a little bit of background about me and my little brother who passed away, God rest his soul, Clark Johnson, CJ the kid. We were 18 months apart. Our mother, you know, she had a lot of things going on. You know, she was the youngest of children. So my grandmother and my great grandmother, they really took us in and they were raising us while my mama, you know, was doing her thing. And so sometimes we wouldn't have clean clothes going to school. Sometimes we actually, we wore a lot of hand-me-downs or whatever the case is. And I would go to school trying to just, you know, kind of fit in, knowing that I was wearing hand-me-downs and stuff, but it really was nothing that I could do about it. And because I was like a pretty girl with pretty hair, kind of light skin, I guess that's what they said. Some of the guys... Yeah. That's what they say. I don't believe it. Some of the guys actually call themselves having a crush on me, but I wasn't into all that or whatever. But the girls would notice it because they like the guys. So where they want to come by and pick up my pencil if it fall on the floor and stuff or whatever, I'm like, thank you, trying to do my studies, get back to work. Well, the girls picked on me. And I'm talking about in class, like, oh, she stink, she must be, she this. And I'm looking around like, who they talking about? Because my grandmother teaches me about, hygiene and all this other kind of stuff. But that's what kids would do. Kids would bully, and so it got to a point to where I got tired of that. So where I was always this nice girl that would try to just, keep a smile on everybody's face. I still had that in me, but now it was like, man, fuck this. I'm CJ in the building. What's up? Like now that attitude and that aggressiveness would come out. But I became aggressive in everything that I did. I became aggressive in speaking out. I became aggressive in standing up to people who would actually bully people. Like I fought in school, especially at MC Williams and Booker T. Like I was a fighter. That's what everybody knew me for. But the crazy thing was, people tried to act like they didn't know why I was fighting. Like, I'm fighting because y'all are messing with me. I'm fighting because y'all are even bullying some of my friends. And nobody's messing with anybody. We over here just trying to, be cool and get by. So all of that would eventually take me all the way to the point of where I am now, a public speaker, motivational speaker, telling other people like my story and different things that I went through. So I say all that to say, whatever, God put it in me long time ago, like to have that voice. I just had to go through some things to be able to use it in the right manner, because my pain could have shut me up a long time ago, but I could never do it. Yeah. I could never just, be quiet and let, stuff be. And my brother used to tell me that all the time. Like, you ain't gotta speak your mind about everything. Well, my bad.
Shit, but sometimes you got to, and I'm finna say something, but don't take this the wrong way. Really, it ain't nothing bad, but when you in school and we kids, you never know what another person is going through. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I was going through some shit, and I didn't. Sometimes when I hear people's story, I wonder why in the hell I was getting high. Because what I'm saying, like my life wasn't that damn bad, what I'm saying? And I be sitting thinking like, damn, I was just wasting time. I could have done some shit, you know what I'm saying? But then when I hear your struggle or whatever, whoop the whoop, and then now you on top, you feel what I'm saying? I hope this gives somebody else inspiration right now that might be stuck in their situation, and probably thinking there's no way out, because sometimes you got to figure it out. Faith without works is dead. Like how you just said, you did you lost your job and you just hit the ground running. You stepped out on blind faith and you went with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing. Because I kind of remember you in school, but I done smoked so many shrooms and cocaine and all that. I don't remember. I kind of remember who the fighters was, and I don't see you in there. And I know I went to MC Williams every day. You know what I'm saying? And but I don't see that you probably would. I kind of remember your name, but I don't think it was for no fighting. But like I say, I used to be high at MC Williams. That's where the shit started.
Because all y'all would do is when we would walk by, y'all would just sit up there and be talking about all of them. Look up, big head ass. But we loved y'all because y'all was so darn gone funny. Like we knew what to expect from y'all, and we knew it was no maliciousness behind it. It was just like, that's who y'all are. Y'all want to make everybody laugh and stuff, but it really was some bullies. It was some troubled kids, like at the schools.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it, because these kids, because now they talking about bullying, but I don't know. Like when I was coming up, bullying was like a big guy putting his hands on somebody, taking something from them. Now bullying today with kids is more like, I say something on the internet about you, you know what I'm saying? Or I talk about you. I'm like, shit. We used to talk about motherfucker all the time, and now they the best person in the world now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, it's like, I don't know what happened. We don't have strong grandmothers and mothers like that no more, like you had, and we need to get back to that, because like I say, I always fuck up because I try to be my daughter's friend. You see what I'm saying? And that didn't right now. That's not working. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing it's not working because the friendship becomes disrespect. We never when we was growing up, it was no disrespect. I don't care if a grown up was all the way in the wrong.
You didn't
You could not
disrespect them.
you couldn't disrespect them. So let me see what else you got going on before we go.
So of course, I know you showed the shirts and the hats and stuff. That's the printing company. And then so my main pride and joy, and this is not a business that brings in money. This is what we do for the community. Woman Strong Nonprofit. We are on Facebook. On Facebook, it's a women's group because that's actually where it started from back in 2019. My little brother passed in 2016 from stage 4 colon cancer. And it was really tough. It was extremely tough. I went into a very dark place. I'd never seen myself like that before. And it was a lot going on. But 2019, my granddad got sick. I'm in a concert with my homegirl, Shauna. And I get the text message, hey, they rushing your grandfather to the doctor. And I sit down and I'm like, you know what? I gotta go. I need to leave. I'm at the Tank concert. Oh my God, I love Tank. At the Tank, my cousin and wanted me some free concert tickets. And I'm like, come on, Shauna, we gotta go. Shauna said, no, sit down. She said, CJ, just sit down. She said, even if you leave and go to the concert, you can't do that right now. Like he at the hospital. You got so much going on. You've been dealing with so much these past 3 years. Like you came out tonight to have a good time. Just sit down and relax. Okay. I got this app on my phone because like all of my logos and everything, I told you, I don't like a middleman. So when it's something that I need to do, I figure out how to do it. So I started graphic designing, and every logo that you see of mine on all those businesses or every flyer that we do, I do it. Like, so I sit down and I got the app on my phone and I tell myself, I'm talking to God, like, God, I can't take no more. And he said, don't worry about it. You're a strong woman. You got this. And I said, you know what? You're right. I do got this. And after the concert, that next day I go home and I said, I'm gonna start this group. And I named the group Woman Strong. And it basically, when I was sitting in a concert, I came up with the name and did the whole logo and everything. And what it means is us as women, we go through a lot, but it don't have to break you. And I'm talking from my own pain. Like it doesn't have to break you. You could be a strong woman because women are strong. And so that's where the logo and the name and everything came from. But the group, in a week's time, we had like 900 and something members in the group. And I was just going live, just talking about the experience and praying for people and sharing my testimony with other women. And I look up and a week later, we got like 934 women in the group. So wow. I'm like, God, what do you want us to do with this? Because I know this ain't just for me to get up in the group and on live and talk every day. Like, I'm not going to do that. From there, we formed the nonprofit, the Woman Strong Nonprofit, where we mentor women, men, and their adolescents on mental health and just bridging the gap in the families, and everybody just coming together and dealing with their deep-rooted issues. So in our Black community, we can bring those families back together, like teaching women how to deal with themselves so they can be a good woman for a man, teaching men how to deal with themselves so they can be a good man for the women and the children, and then teaching children and showing them what it looks like to be a part of a healthy dynamic so they don't grow up becoming these adults now who are trying to figure out who's the problem. Forget who the problem is. Work on yourself so you can actually have what it is that we're owed, which is to be just as happy as these other, cultures or races that we see, and learn how to be a family on a higher note. So the Woman Strong Nonprofit, we are also on Instagram, and it's hashtag Woman, WOMANSTRONG, Woman Strong. nonprofit on Instagram. If you're a female and you're on Facebook, you can look the group up. All you have to do is answer the little questions. I'll let you in. We do so much in the community, guys. We have one event that's getting ready to come up October the 1st, and we will be bringing awareness to breast cancer and domestic violence. People, we got some immaculate speakers speaking from the survival state of domestic violence and breast cancer, and just coming together and loving on each other. A lot of our events that we do are absolutely free. We don't pocket any of this money. All of the money that we raise from these events, we go back out and we feed the community. I mean, the less fortunate. We don't like to call them homeless. We feed the less fortunate. We clothe them. We do blanket drives. We make sure that we at least every 3 months, we have like the little care packages with socks, water, crackers, just stuff that the less fortunate that are out there that don't have a roof over their head would need just to, keep going. We do an annual back to school drive where we give backpacks and free supplies. We do free haircuts, free hairdos, and there are other people out there with different resources. So I love what we do in that nonprofit. I don't take any credit for it. I have an awesome board that whenever I say, let's do this, they like, okay, CJ, we on it. We got it. We're getting it done. We made partnership with the YMCA over here in Greenspoint on last year. So we had this big back to school drive this year. That was amazing. We got out there and our goal was to pass out 100 backpacks. We did 250. It was so dope. Yeah, it was so dope. And we had like 30 kids that got free haircuts and hairdos. And that's what brings me pride and joy. I'm grateful that I'm an entrepreneur and I've been able to, bless my family by raising them with roofs over their head and everything. But being able to give back to the community, that is like, that's what I live for, seriously. And I know by me continuing to stay over there on that side and do for the community, God is gonna that's what keeps me in my personal opinion, that's what keeps me so blessed over here in my personal life, because I'm not a selfish individual. I don't want to just take what I have and hold on to it. I want to take what I have. I want to take everything that I've learned and I want to give back. And those who want to listen and take from it and do what they can do to, be better and then go out and do something for their community, that's what gives me joy.
Man, that nonprofit website is in the description because I remember you did give it to me, so that's in the description. That's powerful thing. Where about in Greenspoint? Because I don't know where the hell I stay, but I'm in Greenspoint.
You right up the street from me then, because I'm right over here by Davis High School in Camillo Properties.
I'm on Aldine Westfield and Green Road by the Beltway.
You right by me. But anyhow, you know what Greenspoint Park is, right? The park, the big park right there, the Greenspoint, where they got the big walking trail. It comes from Greenspoint Drive, and then you come out on, if you walk the trail, you end up on Imperial Valley and Greens Road.
Oh, you talking about by the mall?
Yeah, right past the mall is that big old park right there, right?
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, where the water thing is.
That pavilion, that's the YMCA.
Oh, for real? I ain't know that.
Yeah. If you go on my page, you'll see back in August where we did the back to school drive. It was hundreds of people standing out there. The back to school drive, it started at 10 o'clock. Them people was out there at 8 a.m. Oh. I'm talking about the line was all the way back down there, like past the water park. And we had face painting, we had games and stuff for the families to do while the kids was getting their haircuts, passing out the backpacks, little snacks and stuff. It was dope. And I definitely want you to be out there for the next one.
Yeah. Just remind me, I'm giving back to the community.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? And so let me ask you this before we go. So the woman strong, men can be a part of it, or just women?
Yeah, no. So we have woman strong, we have man strong, and kid strong. With the men, the man piece, we got people like on my board and the women in the group, they have husbands and boyfriends and stuff. So when we do a lot. We had a whole male panel last year. It was it was called Speak Out, and we had an all male panel. And they were talking to the men and the women about stuff that men deal with, mental health and being abused and not having the safe places and all that. So we do a lot of stuff with the men too. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to come check that out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Check that out. But it was good having you on your show, and
thank you.
Thank you for being the person you are. Cause reason why I fuck with you though, cause when I first started or anything I post, I always see you like and share it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, damn, let me put her on my podcast. Well, it ain't mine. I keep saying, but it's ours. But you know what I'm saying? Let me see if she got anything to say or whatever. Whoop to whoop. So like I said, I appreciate you for promoting me, and I'm always promote you and advertise you. You know what I'm saying? Whether anything blow up or fall down, I'ma rock with you. You feel what I'm saying? Because you rock with me. So that's it for the night. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, I just want to say thank you so much for having me, and then also thank you for what you're doing. Like I posted that post that I posted earlier today about you being who you are and doing what you're doing. It's amazing, and I cannot wait to fully hear your story, because we haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen little big bits of it, but I know your story is going to touch like so many people. And Jermaine, just thank you for being transparent. Thank you for being who you are. Right. Thank you for the opportunity, and I promise you, like you got my support to the end. We riding all the way. And if it's anything that you need from me as a friend, as an entrepreneur, as your homegirl, I'm here. And I just want to say I love you and continue doing what you're doing.
Love you too. And shout out to Slim Chicken, man. We need a bag over here. We promoting everybody. Guys, shout out to Slim Chicken. I'm gonna be doing a full review in a few minutes. I'm gonna post that on my YouTube shorts. And what's that podcast again?
Ages to Ages.
Check out Ages to Ages.
The new episode will be out this Sunday.
This Sunday. We're gonna be watching. Well, with that, y'all, this is it for Talking Monkey Business with Monkey Man. I love y'all and see y'all later.
Peace.
Say what up, man? They said we used to be some dope boys out here, huh? But God had a different plan. Alright, we some hope boys. Yeah. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. How God gave us different road. Ain't no dope over here. We pushing hope through the drought. Right around different road. How God gave me different road. Keep the dope over there. We pushing hope through the town. Hey, bringing hope into my city. We ain't moving yet, we pushing fat. You can keep the bricks in my spirit rich, and all I need to do is seek his face. I've been around, you can ask about it. Some partners here, some been forgotten. But God is good and I'm still alive. I play with death, I always heard it calling. Hope boy only bag the Bible. You bagging powder, you seeking idols. The Lamb of God, we walk with lions. I sleep in peace, no more having nightmares. Holy Ghost, I'm a holy roller. We ain't sipping lean, we sipping foes. Just keep the drink, cause we living sober. We trample on either snakes or cobras. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. How God gave us different road. Ain't no dope over here. We pushing hope through the drought. Right around different road. How God gave me different road. Keep the dope over there. We pushing hope through the town. Ride around, think about it. We spread hope like a virus. It's our daily bread, we ain't starving. That living water poured all in. I remember days I was partying. I was up for days on the mornings. Now I'm up at 4 in the morning. And I'm praying for my little homies. Hope boy, they call me. And I ain't in it for a profit. I'm only in it for the calling. Keep the digits and the comments. Hope boy, oh boy, oh boy. And we serving hope on the corner. It's a different highway. name till I'm gone. Hope boy,